Hi guys, good morning. Today we are going to cover our next chapter in learning PyQt5. We'll today cover QLineEdit. So let's start understanding what is QLineEdit and how can we make any widget using QLineEdit and what are the methods and signals on this and how can we apply those methods on our LineEdit widget. Let's firstly understand what is QLineEdit widget. It is a class object that presents a text box which can accept any type of text in one line. You will have to notice here that it will accept only one line. As you see in the forms, like when you will apply for any of the jobs online, then you will see that there are some boxes for your name, your role, your email, your mobile, etc. Then those widgets are called QLineEdit in PyQt5. In Tkinter, we say this type of things entry boxes. Now, let us see what are the important methods which are applied on QLineEdit widget. Here are those. More methods are there which can be applied on QLineEdit. You can go to the documentation of QLineEdit and you will see there are various more methods which can be applied. I am just showing you here the most important methods which are basically used in making any widgets using QLineEdit. So now let's understand these things with our program and we'll see how can we do these things in our code. So let's open my IDE here. I have just imported important things like from Qt widgets, from Qt core and from Qt GUI. So let's create our class first. For making our app, I'm naming it as app and I'm just defining an init method, and under this I'm passing the self argument. And now let's make our app. So for making our app, we'll here make a instance of QWizard. I'm just making the app with using QWizard. You can make through main window, QMain window, dialog box, message box, etc. I'm just using here QWizard. So I will create here from QWizards. I'm naming it the instance as win and we'll call here QWizard. And now our app has been created. Now we'll have to show our window. So we'll call here self.win.show method. Now our app will be created here and now we'll have to call this. So we'll firstly get the instance of QApplication class. So I will just make here as run is equal to, I'm just naming a variable here. You can pass anything like here and I will call here QApplication, and under the parenthesis of this you can pass an empty list or also 6.rp. Now we'll have to run our app. So just make an object of our class. I will just make it as naming it as GUI and it will be the instance object of app. And now we'll have to run our app. So we'll call here run.exec. Okay, so it will be run. Now I'm saving it and running it. Now as you can see, it is showing out an empty window. Now time to make QLineEdit widgets. So as you can see here that first is set alignment. We'll firstly make a QLineEdit, then we will understand these methods. So let's create a QLineEdit and let's see how can we make. Let's name the first QLineEdit as LE1, that is line edit 1, and it will be a QLineEdit. So we'll call here QLineEdit and an empty parenthesis. We can pass here parent or visit or anything. We can leave this, and now our widget has been created, but we'll have to place this on our window. So I'm just making a form here. I will make here self.form I am using here, and it will be a Q form layout. I'm using here Q form layout for making the layout on which we'll set our widgets like QLineEdit, buttons, labels, text boxes, combo boxes, etc. We can place on any type of layouts. We have seen already vertical box layout, horizontal box layout, and today we are also covering Q form layout. There are more layouts like grid layout, and we'll cover all these type of layouts when we'll understand layout chapter. So let's firstly here you will understand that this Q form layout will make a form layout, that means a layout, and we can add rows, multiple rows on this form. So I will here call self.form.add row. It has add row method, and under this we can pass two things. First is row name, that means we'll just pass here like enter your name. So we'll pass here sorry for typo, it will be named, and let us suppose we are passing here name. So firstly it will show name in this row, and at last of this we'll add our line edit in which user will input the text. So we'll call here self.le1. Now le1 will be added le1 will be added here in this row. So now it has been added, and now we'll have to add this layout, that means self.form, on our window. So at last we'll call here self.win.set layout set layout, and now we'll pass here our self.form. Now it has been added. Now as you can see here that it will make a window with a text box here. Let it to be run. Now here as you can see it is showing out a simple label, name, and the text box for this. We can make multiple type of things here. Let me copy this LE1 from here and let's paste it multiple times. Okay, here we have made 5 type of QLineEdits. Let me change the name of this as LE1, LE3, LE4, LE5. Okay, now we'll have to add all these things in multiple rows. We can add this in same row as we want, we can do. We'll add those things here. So let me copy this thing here and let me paste 5 times here. 5 times. Now let me change here to you can pass here like let's suppose we are passing here role. Okay, and next is I'm passing here suppose password. Okay, you can pass any type of things here, and I'm just showing you the things. And you can pass here like email user have to enter, and next is suppose it is his UID number. So it will show all type of these things, and we'll have to change here also. LE2 will be added here, and LE3 will be added here. Here LE4, and next is LE5. Okay, and all these things are added on self.form. As you can see, when we'll run here, then it will make 5 entry boxes here, and it will show 5 line edits here, and it is showing out these things in our form. We can add buttons here, so we can add a button here. Let me create a button. Let me call here self dot button. I'm naming it as button, and we'll use here Q push button. We have already seen Q push button in previous lecture. If you have not understood Q push button, you can go to 3. And we'll pass here the name of the button, like I'm just using it as clear all. We'll see this button on the method of one of these methods on QLineEdit, and let me make it, and let me add this on our self.form. So I'm changing here all these things with self.button. So only self.button will be added in this row. When we will run this, then you can see that it will show a button at the last of this form. As you can see here, it is showing out a button called clear all. Now time to go through all these type of methods. So let's firstly see set alignment. As you can see, all these things are showing out in the center. As you can see, let me show you. As you can see, it is showing out all these things in a center. You can change the alignment of any type of line edits here, as we have seen already in Q label and Q push button. As we have seen in previous lectures, we can use set alignments. So let me show you how we can do it. We can add, let us suppose we have le1 here, and I'm calling here self dot le1 dot set alignment, and here we'll have to call the alignment, and all the alignments are in Qt class. So we'll call here Qt dot align. I'm just passing here align right. We can pass align right, align left, align center, align top, align bottom, etc. Now we can pass here align right. Now it will show in right. It will do nothing, as I know. As you can see here, it is doing nothing because all these things in a row, so it will not affect all these things. But as you can see that it is showing out the cursor in the right. As you can see here, it is the cursor in left, and but it is the cursor in right, and it will show the text from right side. Then you can see that it is working for line edit also. Now we have seen set alignment. We can change it to center. Let me change it to center. Let me do here. Let me pass here center. Okay. Now let me run this. And now as you can see, the cursor is in center, and when we'll write, all these things will work like this. Now let me change. Let me show you the clear method. Okay, clear method is used for, as you can see its description, I have written something here. Clear method is used for clearing the text written in the line edit box. We can imagine that we have a function which will clear the line edit which is written in the line edit box. So we can call that method, and it will clear the things. So let me show you how we can do. Let me open again the program, and now let me go here and let me make here a method. Okay, and this method will be called here clear all. Okay, this will be clear all method, and let me pass here self also, and now it will just clear the text written in our le2. Okay, so we'll pass here self dot le2 dot clear. Okay, just simple. We'll pass here just clear method with le2, then it will clear le2. Okay, then how will call this? We can call this with our button. So let me come out here and let me pass self dot button dot clicked dot connect method. Okay, so when user will click on this button, then clear all method will be called. So we'll call here self dot clear all. So it will call clear all method and le2 will be cleared. Let me show how it will work. Now we are on le2 and now let me type here like Python is great language. Okay, and now let me hit on clear all. Then you can see that it is clearing the text boxes. Let me write again here CID is good channel for Python. And now let me clear all. Then it will clear all these things on this. Okay, it is not working on other line edit boxes because we have passed only here le2. Now let me show you set echo mode, and this is used for echoing the characters or the text written in line edit box. It can have the parameters as QLineEdit.password or QLineEdit.normal, QLineEdit. We can pass here no echo, or also we can pass here password echo on edit. We'll see all these things. Let me call this. So I will show you how it will work. Let me open here and let me go to le3. Okay, here le3, because le3 is what? Password. Le3 is a password. So we'll just change here the echo mode. So we'll call here self dot le3 dot set echo mode, and in the echo mode we'll call here QLineEdit dot password. Okay, it is changed to show the text as a password. That means a dot or asterisk. As you can see in different text of, it will show like somewhere it will show dots, or somewhere it will show asterisks as password. So let me show you. It will show dot in my computer. I hope it will be also dot on your computer. Let me type here a password. Let me type here something and it will show that it is showing out only dot, but it is not dot, it is hidden. I have typed here apple and it is not showing out here. Okay, let me show you it is working. Let me call another method here, and it will be display method, and here it will just display what is in our password. So I am just passing here self, and let me call here display and just call here self dot le3 dot text method. I'm just using text method. As you can see, here is text method, and text method is used for extracting the text from QLineEdit box. So let me show you here. Let me go on this, and it will get the text which is written in le3 and it will print here. So I will just text get the text in text named variable, and now just print here the text which is coming out from self.le3.text. Now let me trigger this on my button. So I will just remove this clear all, and I will pass here self dot display here, and let me show out here. And now here I am typing here my password as 123appla123, And now let me show you here clear all, and it is showing out that password is 123 apple 123. All these things are working. Let me change it to 123 only, and it will show 123 again. So it is working. Let me pause here. Let me go here on QLineEdit.password. We can have a parameter here as no echo, and no echo is used, sorry for typo, it will be capital echo. So it will no echo, and it will show nothing on your text box. Let me show you. Let me run here, and when we'll call this, let me type something here, and it will show that nothing is typed here. But when we'll click on clear all, then it will show which we have typed here. And let me pass here as password. Now it is not showing anything here because it has no echo. But when we'll click on our button, then it will show that here is password I have changed. And let me show and clear all these things, and let me pass again password and hit on this, then it will show that I have written here password. All things will work here, but it will not show anything here when we'll call no echo method. So let me go here and let me show you again. When we'll call here normal, then it will be normal and it will show all these things normally. Let me go here and let me type here password, and it will show the password here. So you can also call here another method that is called password echo on edit. That means it will show as password when our editing will be finished. That means when we have typed our password or anything on our this line edit box, then when we'll go outside of this line edit, then it will change it as password. Let me show you how it will work. Now let me type here as password is hidden. Okay, let me go outside of this, click here, and it will show that all these things are hidden. When we click, then you can see these are already here. Okay, let me go here and let me remove this and type here 123. Then let me go again on outside of this, then it will click and it will show as the password. That is the use of set echo mode. You can also use set max length method, and it is used for setting the maximum number of input characters in your QLineEdit. Let me show you. Let me come out here and let me go out here and let me change it with UID number. As you can see that UID number is only for 16 characters in India. So we'll change it with LE5, and let me call here self.le5, and we'll call here dot set max length. Okay, set max length. And now we'll pass here the length, and let me pass here the length as 16. Okay, then it will set sorry for the typos, set max length, and let me save here and let me run this. Now here is UID number, and when we'll here type 16 things, then it will stop typing. That means it is restricting to type numbers or characters in 16s. Okay, now let me show you another method that is set read only, and it is used for making your line edit as read only. That means it will not be edited. Let me show you firstly set text method. Okay, and set text method is used for what? we have already seen in buttons or Q labels. It is used for setting the text programmatically, and we'll do it as, let me call here self.le5 dot set text, and that will be set text, and here let me set the text as text not changeable. Okay, that will be the text here. And now let me change to set max length, let it to be available, and let me call here self dot le5 dot set read only, because we have restricted as read only, then it will not be useful for our le5. Let me save and run this. Sorry, it will be set read only. We'll have to pass here true or false, that means 1 or 0. So let me pass here true. Okay, here is text not changeable. When we'll call go to here, then it will select the things but not edit the things. As you can see, when I'm tapping here, nothing is happening, and that is used for read only. We have already seen here text method, set text method. Now let me show you set validator. As you can see the description of this, that it will validate the input under your text box, and the parameters which can passed on this set validator method are QIntValidator, QDoubleValidator, or QRegularExpressionValidator. QIntValidator is used for typing only int values in your text areas of QLineEdit, and QDoubleValidator is used for restricting for double values only. And the next is regular expression. You can pass any type of regular expressions on this, and you will restrict the things as that regular expression. So let me show you all these things here. Let me go out on my program. Now let me go here, and firstly I will remove these things, and let it to go to role, that means le2, and role must be only 4 characters. That can be restrictions or only the integers, so we can pass the validator here. So now let's restrict our le2 as only numbers can be typed on our le2. So we'll call here self dot le2 dot set validator, and under this, sorry for the typo, it will be validator, and here we can pass our QIntValidator. This method will be called here, and it will be only restricted for numbers. That means in our le2, that means in role entry box, we can only type integer values. Let me save here and run this. Now as you can see, when I'm going to this role and typing anything in alphas, then it is doing nothing, but when I am printing here numbers, then it will show the numbers here. Okay, and it is only for int values, so the int values are restricted for the last numbers like these characters. And now let me go here and let me show you QDoubleValidator. So we can change here QDoubleValidator, and under the parenthesis of this we can pass here like 0.99, that means only 2 values after decimal points will be here, and let me pass here 99.1999, that means 99, and let me pass here only 2, that means it will be restricted for 2 characters after decimal points. And let me show you how it will work. When I'm typing here, let me go here, and let me restrict to any type of values. It will not accept the alphas but only numbers. And now let me pass here anything, and it will accept anything in int also, because it is also a double. And let me type here a dot, that means decimal point, and after decimal point it will accept only 2 values. As you can see, I have typed here 24, that it will be accepted here 24. Let me 56, and it will only 56, and nothing is happening here. And that is used for QDoubleValidator. Let me call here regular expression validator. So for this, let me make a simple regular expression. Okay, suppose we have a regex here, and that regex is as just simple. I'm just making a simple validator that user can pass anything from A to Z. Okay, and next anything from 0 to 9. Okay, and only 2 characters will be accepted here, from A to Z, that means 1 character, and from 0 to 9, that means 1 character. And after this, user can only pass @gmail.com. Okay, so let me save this, and it will be passed on our email. Let me pass it to email, that means LE4. So let me change it to LE4 set validator, and let me pass here what, the method name is QRegularExpression. Let me see here, that is very long, regular expression validator, and it is regexp validator. Let me come out here, and it will be regexp validator, and here under the parenthesis of this we'll pass here our regex. Okay, it will show out like this. And now when we'll run this, we have LE4 here. Either I am passing here LE4 here, and it will not be here because LE4 is written here. So let me cut this here and paste it after this LE4. And now it has a problem. QRegularExpressionValidator validator. How many mistakes I am doing today? We'll have to pass here not only this thing, but we'll have to pass another thing, that is QRegularExpression. Okay, that will be the regular expression. And let me close this. And now here is a QRegularExpression validator, and under this we'll have to pass a regular expression under QRegularExpression method. So we'll pass here QRegExp, and under this we'll pass our regular expression. Now let me save this and run this. Oh, what I'm doing out here, QRegExp. Sorry, that is regexp validator. Sorry for that mistake. And now it will work, I hope so. And now here is our email, and it will accept only small A to Z. Let me pass here capital A, and it will not type here, but a small a will work. And again it will accept any numbers. Okay, and after this nothing will be clicked here because it will only accept @ after this, and after this nothing will be accepted because it will only accept gmail.com. Okay, that is the validator for this. We can use a real Gmail validator. You can go to Google and find the regular expression for email validator and pass here, then it will accept a real email ID in your this line ID. So let me come outside of this and let me show you again set input mask. Okay, and this is used for setting the mask. That means how which type of characters you will have to type. Let me show you with where is our mobile. We have not done for mobile now. Let me change it to mobile. Okay, suppose we have a let it to be drawn. Let me go here with UID number, and UID number is 4444. That means 16 numbers. Okay, so we can pass the validator as set input mask here. Let me go at any place and let it to be at after this line, so that we can understand all these things at the same place. And now let me call here le5, and here let me pass set input mask, and under the parenthesis of this we'll have to pass our mask. Okay, so we can pass here anything like user can input any numbers like up to 9999. That means 4 numbers up to 9 user can pass, and after this user will have this thing, and after this user will again type 4 numbers, after this and again you will type these things. Okay, again user will type these things. Okay, that is the input mask. That means it will be of the type this, and it need to be called here, and let me save and let me show you. That will be for our UID number, and here we have UID number. As you can see, it is showing out some things, and let me go on these things and let me type any alphas, then it will do nothing because it will only accept the numbers, and all these numbers will be typed like this. And that is the use of this input mask. We can pass it like a mobile number. So our Indian mobile number are as plus 91. That means user will have 91 here, and user can pass 4 numbers here or 4 numbers here and only 2 numbers here. Okay, that will be the number. You can remove this. That is the format of mobile number, suppose. Then it will be the mobile number. And now let me save here and let me go out. Now as you can see, it is showing out some things here, and we'll have to here pass 9, and after this 91 will be here, and let me pass any numbers like this, and it will be the number. Okay, you can pass any type of input marks. Okay, you can have alphas here. Okay, let me pass here to A, or also we can have capital A. Okay, let it to be saved and show you. Here it is. Let me go out and let me type here something, and it will show like these things. Okay, you can change it to any type of things here, and let it to be 99999. Okay, we have done up to input marks. We can use set font or set style sheet methods. Suppose we have a font by default, but we can change the font for any type of our line edit boxes. So let us suppose we have text not changeable characters. Okay, and sorry for the typo, it will be changeable. Okay, now set the font for this line edit box, that means LE5. So we'll call here self dot LE5 dot set font, and under the parenthesis of this we'll pass here Q font, and under this we'll pass our font. That means let us suppose we have here Mistral. Okay, that is on font name, and let me pass here 20, that will be the size for this, and you can pass here bold or italic or etc. You can pass any type of things. And now let me close this, and now save and run this. We cannot pass bold, sorry for this. We can pass only up to size. Now as you can see, it is showing out in Mistrals. Okay, and let me go out here and let me type something, then it will show the numbers in this. So it is used for set font, and you can also use some CSS styles on your QLineEdit, as we have seen in QPushButton and also on QLabel, and it is applied on any type of widgets or windows or your this type of things like QLineEdit, QTextBoxes, QPushButton, QComboBoxes, any type of widgets. We can apply set style sheet, that means CSS styles. So let me show you the CSS style for our name variable, that means LE1. Let me go out here and let me set a simple a style sheet. So we'll call here set a style sheet, and under this we can pass a style as a string, and we can pass here like color will be here. Let me change it to red, so the font color will be red, and let me pass here background. So background color will be changed to let me pass here black. So background will be black for name QLineEdit. So let me save here and see it will work or not. Okay, it is working, and when we'll type, it will be typed in red color. So we have seen all these methods here. Let me show you some signals which can be applied on QLineEdit. And here are some signals which can be applied on QLineEdit. So let me show you all these things one by one. Firstly, we have cursor position change signal, and it is used when user will move the cursor over it. That means let us suppose we have a cursor after this R, and we can change the cursor to S, then it will be triggered. Okay, let me show you. Let me go out here, and let me go here on LE1 here, and let me go out here and let me call self dot LE1 dot cursor position changed. Okay, and we'll have to pass here any method. So we'll pass here cursor position change under this method. As you can see, we have an example here, cursor position change dot correct, and after connect we have a method called cursor. Okay, we can pass any methods here, and let me make a variable, a method here. Let me define a method here. Let me go out and let me pass here uh, what method. Suppose we have a cursor add method, and it will get an argument that will be the position of the cursor. So we'll pass here position. It is just an argument and nothing, and we can print, just print, I'm just printing here that cursor is at, and after this let's pass here position, so it will show out the position, and we can here do like this. Okay, so it will show cursor is at and the position. So let me trigger it, cursor at, where in our cursor position change method here. So let me paste here, and we'll have to connect it, so pass here connect method. So when user will have this method, then after changing the cursor position in L1 it will be triggered. So let me show you. Oh sorry, yeah, we have this method called self.cursor8. Sorry, it will be self.cursor8. Now let us suppose we have written here Python. Then as you can see it is showing out sorry, we have some mistakes here. We'll see in next time. Let me show you another signals here, that is editing finished, and this method will be triggered when our editing will be finished. That means when user will click enter, or user will move the cursor or mouse over it. So let me show you how it will work. Let me trigger the same method here, cursor, and let me remove this, and let me name it to enter pressed. Okay, just suppose we have a trigger enter pressed, and we'll just print here that edited. Okay, nothing but only edited. And now let me trigger it here. Let me go outside of this, and let me remove all these things, and we'll just pass here editing finished. So we'll call here element dot editing finished, and under the parenthesis of this we'll we'll connect firstly. So we'll call here connect editing finished dot connect, dot connect. What are the typos coming out here? Editing finished dot connect, and here we'll pass here self dot interpressed. Okay, let me see. Interpressed. Okay, all these things are same. And now let me run and show you that when I am typing something and hitting enter, or hitting enter, what is coming out here? Sorry, it has an error here. Let me see what is the problem. What is the problem? Self dot L1 dot editing finished, editing finished dot connect self dot interpressed. Okay, it has not self here. Sorry. What I am doing today. Now Let me run this again. And now when I am typing something, let it to be happened, and now when I am hitting enter, then it is triggering, and when I am going outside of this, it is also triggering. Let me come again and come out, then it will be triggered. Okay, that is the use of editing finished. And same like this, we have return pressed method. We can pass here same thing. Let me call here return return pressed. Oh, sorry, return pressed. And let me run this, and it will be same as editing finished, but in this method we have only return method. That means when we will hit enter, then it will be triggered. When we'll go outside of this, it will not be triggered. That means it will only work when we click on enter button, then it will show like this. And that is the use of return pressed. We can have selection change method, and this method is used. Let me show you the description. Whenever we will select the text and change the selection, then it will call this. So let me show you how it will work. Let me go in our program here, and let me make a method here, and the method will be called here. Let me make it as selection, and under parenthesis will pass yourself, and I will just here print uh, selection is changed. Selection is changed, and then it will trigger this method, and it will show that selection is changed. So let me come out here, and let me copy this thing and come after this, and let me change here selection change dot connect, and we'll pass here self dot selection. Okay, and let me run this, and now we'll see that when I'm on this and I'm just selecting the things, then it will be triggered. As you can see, it is showing out, and when the selection will be changed, then it will be triggered. When we'll select, then it will be triggered. As you can see, it is showing out the things, and it will be used as like this. And now we have text changed, same as selection changed. Okay, and it is also as text edited. Let me show you text changed, and it is used whenever text is modified in it. So let me show you how it will be worked, and let me go here. Let me go in our program, and let me make a method here, and it will be called as text is changed and self is passed in it. And let me print here. It will also accept, I think, another variable here, and it will be a text, so it will get the text from this. And let me pass here, let me print here text changed is, and let me pass here text. Okay, and let me call this thing as simply like this and let me change it to text change dot connect, and here we'll pass here text changed. Text changed. Okay, it is same as this. Text changed. Then now let me save and run this, and let's see it is working or not, because so many typos we are facing today. And now here it is, and when I'm coming out here, then it will show that text change is all the text here, and when I am pressing backspace, then it is showing out also text change is SFASF. And let me remove all these things, then it will show text change is nothing. And now when I Python is wonderful, then it is showing out Python is wonderful, and here it is showing out Python is wonderful. How nice. And now let's see text edited. It is same as text change, nothing many problems here. Let me pass here text edited. That means when user will edit the text, then it will be triggered. That means it is same as text change. So let me save it and run this. And now let me come in this and let me type Python is truly great. Okay, and it will show Python is truly great, and it is showing out like this. So we have seen all these signals and methods today on QLineEdit. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. See you in next video. Thanks for watching.
If you are new to our channel, then please do subscribe this channel so that you will have notifications about new videos ASAP. And if you like this video, then don't forget to share this video to your social media account so that your friends will also be get benefited. Thanks for watching.